Here's your review.
Okay, so stem changers, well, we didn't put all the words that have the changes, so you can refer back to the chart. But we have three changes in present tense form. It's O-D-U-E, E to I-E, and then E to I. And so almorzar is to eat lunch. It changes to, for the O form, almuerzo, so the O changes to U-E. And with soñar is to dream. Yo sueño, the O changes to UE. Then we have E to IE, so será and querer, that.
Sorry.
So for the to form, the E changes to IE, so it's you close. And then querer, the to form is quieres, and the E changes to IE. And then last one is E to I, so these are all IR verbs except for the 5 that are on the E to IE, which are on the chart. So for L, AI in the stead form, freír, which is to fry, which I didn't put that means to fry. And then vestirse is to dress yourself. So we changed the E to I. And then for vestir, you put the se in front of it, and then the E changes to I.
Let me interrupt you for just a second. You do have it on there, freír. Remember, if it has the accent on the verb itself, it does keep the accent on all the conjugations. And this is, we're only talking about right now what tense?
Present.
Only present tense. Now, we're not even going to touch on the bottom because the bottom is going to be a different group. The bottom, the O to UE, I'm sorry. That's right. She has O to UE, which is present tense also. I thought she had O to U there. But O to UE, E to IE, and E to I are all present tense changes. And she does have a example of each one there, but where do they change? Normally in the conjugation box.
What is what?
What shape do they change in? Whenever you conjugate them, you look at the chart and it will look like a boot or a shoe. Alright, go ahead.
And then jugar is the irregular, one of the irregular ones that change from U to UE. Or not irregular, but it's different.
It just doesn't have an O to change, but it gets included with the OUE.
So to juegas is U to UE. And then we have the shoe verbs that are irregular that still go from E to IE, and they change in the yo form. And then E to I change in the yo form, so Gio and Sigo for you.
And again, these are on your chart to make sure that you make that extra change for the yo form. And then also make the changes inside the shoe shape as well.
So anyone need to copy it down?
So these are present tense only. And then we'll do preterite on the next one.
And then
Move it down just a tiny bit.
down.
Alright, so again, just like we did for our test, you have to know the meaning of the verb as well as how to conjugate it.
Do I need to read them, or is it self-explanatory enough?
Yeah. I think we've done enough practice. So, to eat lunch is what? Almorzar. Now, careful, because the 2 verbs in a row rule still applies here. So, if I wanted to say I want to eat lunch as opposed to I eat lunch, then almorzar would not get a U change if you don't conjugate it. So be careful, because the verb is almorzar, not almuerzar. So just be careful with not changing it if it's the second verb in a row. But since it's not, so the first verb here, the yo form would be almuerzo with a O at the end for present tense. Now, if we were to do that same exact verb in the preterite past tense, which exactly, because it's a CAR verb, but would it get the UE change in the preterite?
It just
In
go
the-
O to U.
no, in the base.
And because it's an AR verb in the preterite, it gets no changes other than just the endings, because it's not an IR verb, which is what we're going to talk about in the next presentation there. Okay. Next one, querer, we did with present tense, but it's also a stem changer. So it was irregular in Spanish 1 when we talked about it. Now we know that it's a stem changer as part of this family of verbs.